Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Rainmaker Training and Coaching. And I am going to walk you through what I would do if I were in production today to get more seller listings. It's a common theme because the more agents that I speak to, the more I realize this is a challenge that all of you are having. So we're going to spend a little bit more time on this. It's going to be repetitive and probably will remain that way. It will remain that way until everybody is hitting their listing goals. Okay. So I want you to focus on three things. I want you to focus on prospecting. These markers don't know how to spell, so if I misspell something, it's not my fault. The other thing I want you to focus on is marketing, and then I want you to focus on repeat and referral business. And look at this like three buckets. You got prospecting, you have marketing, and you have repeat and referral business. Now, if you're working 50 weeks a year, you're taking 2 weeks off for vacation, then that means you're working 50 weeks, 5 days a week, you're working 250 days. And if your standard for conversations is 10 conversations a day, you're having 2,500 conversations a year. If your standard is 20 conversations a day, well, it's 5,000 conversations a year. And if you don't have a standard, then you probably have no idea how many conversations you're having. Or maybe you're having 2 or 3 a day. Maybe 4 today, maybe 5 tomorrow, maybe 10 one other day. So the first step in order to find more seller listings is to have a standard for how many people you're going to talk to every single day. Now, the other thing I want you to focus on is I want you to focus on filling your pipeline. All right. So this is a funnel. Don't know if it looks like a funnel. I think it's pretty close. Used to look like an acorn when I did this. So that's a major improvement. Now, if I'm working 250 days a year and I'm having 20 conversations times 250, then that's 5,000 real estate conversations I'm having. If it's 10, that's fine. Just break this number down to 2,500. Whatever it is, make it a standard and don't settle for anything less. Now, the conversations that I would have if I were looking for seller listings today, I'm going to give these to you in order. First and foremost would be circle prospecting. And I'm saying circle prospecting today because of the market today. It could change. When we see inventory start to climb, we're going to have more expireds. When that happens, the first conversation you're going to have every day is expired listing conversations. But in today's market, I want you to focus on circle prospecting. Super simple. Pick a property that recently sold. Download a list of all of the people who live around that property. There's multiple tools that you can use to do this. Vulcan 7 is one, Redx is another. And I either want you to walk the neighborhood, knock on doors, or call, or both. And the script is, hi, this is blank with blank real estate company. The reason I called, the reason I popped by today is because your neighbor's home right down the street from you recently sold for top dollar, which is great news. And our challenge now is there are still buyers who are looking for great homes like yours. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home? Now, if you knock on enough doors, you speak to enough people, you're going to talk to people who are thinking of selling their home. What if this was the only thing you did and you had 5,000 conversations? They were all circle prospecting conversations. What percentage of those 5,000 people do you think are considering selling their home right now? Listen, whenever I'm in a room and I'm training, and let's just say there's 100 people in the room, one of the things that I do to prove this point is I'll ask everybody, raise your hand if you've bought a car in the last 12 months. And it never fails, at least 25% of the room will raise their hand. So there's 25 people who bought a car in the last 12 months out of 100. Now, if I was working in car sales and I decided, okay, knowing this, we've got a 25% chance of finding somebody who's thinking of buying a car. I'm going to start proactively prospecting versus sitting in that car dealership every day waiting for somebody to walk in the door. And I'm going to call people and I'm going to talk to them about the great deals that we're having. And I'm going to ask them, just out of curiosity, who do you know that's thinking of buying a car in the next 6 months? Guess what's going to happen? I'm going to talk to people who are going to say, I am. And I'm going to sell cars. Matter of fact, I'm going to sell more cars than anybody else in the dealership. And I've offered this to car dealerships. And how many of them do you think do this? The answer is none. This absolutely works. But the reason people don't do it is because they're looking for immediate results. And it's a Chinese bamboo tree. When you plant a Chinese bamboo tree, nothing happens in the first year. You water, fertilize, nothing. Year 2, same thing. Year 3, same thing. You're watering the dirt and nothing is happening. And it's so easy to give up because nothing's happening. Your neighbors are walking by and going, dude, what are you doing? You're watering the dirt. I'm like, yeah, well, you got this Chinese bamboo tree thing going on. Now, in year 5, it'll grow 90 feet. You can Google it. It's a fact. But what will happen if you give up? Nothing. The same thing is true if you're following this principle in order to build real estate success. All right, the second call I would be making is to expired listings. Hello, blank. This is blank with blank real estate company. The reason I called is I noticed your listing came off the market and I was just curious. If I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? Now, the goal here is just get in the door. When somebody says yes to that question, then what I'm going to do is I'm adding them to my pipeline. All right. Now, my goal, it's not a goal. My standard is one person every day. So I'm working 250 days. That means I have 250 listing opportunities in my pipeline. Now, the third call is to for sale by owners. I notice your home is for sale by owner. If I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? Now, you have these 3 conversations and you're going to find at least one person every day who says me, who says, yes, I would love for you to bring that offer. And now you're face to face with 250 potential sellers. I promise you this works. I promise you it is foolproof, 100% guaranteed to work. And the biggest challenge that a lot of you are having with this is it sounds too easy. It sounds too simple. It can't be that easy. And the answer to that question is it is, and it's not. The formula that is that easy, actually showing up and having 20 conversations every day is hard. It is. It'll take time. It'll take effort. You're going to want to quit. You're not going to see results right away. You're going to start questioning whether or not this works. So it's not easy, but it works. Now, the key to getting listings from this process is follow-up. If you follow up, you'll succeed. If you don't, you won't. It's just that simple. And when I say follow-up, I mean follow-up without judgment. In other words, the only thing that will stop you from, that will cause you to stop following up with any one of these people is they listed their home, stop calling them. They sold their home, stop calling them. You're dead, that's a third. You could stop calling them. Other than those 3 reasons, keep calling them. I'm never going to list my home. Awesome. Talk to you in a couple of weeks. If I ever do list my home, I'm hiring Beth. Cool. Beth's awesome. Talk to you in a couple of weeks. You don't hear no. No means not yet. It doesn't mean no. No means I don't know, K-N-O-W, enough information in order to make the right decision. No also means that I'm not going to change my mind, but I will make a new decision with new information. It's your job to provide that new information. The way you do that is not by telling. It's by asking questions. Ask the right question When you ask a great question, you know you've asked a great question because the other person is quiet. They're quiet because they're thinking of the answer. Get them to get to simply means I'm thinking different. And as soon as you see that, it's time to close for the appointment. Soon as you see that light switch, Beth, it looks like you might be thinking it's time to hire a professional like me. Now, if I'm wrong, if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to hire a professional like me, you would want to hire an aggressive agent, wouldn't you? Okay, who's going to say no to that? No, I'm looking for a lazy agent. You know any of those? I do. I know a lot. Of course, they're going to say yes to that. So if I'm being too aggressive, please forgive me. However, if you were to hire a professional realtor, you would want to hire an aggressive agent like me. Now, it sounds like you might be thinking it's time to hire a professional. If I could show you, I'm not waiting for an answer to that question. It's to set up the next question. I'm playing chess, not checkers. The next question is, if I could show you how I could sell your home for more money in less time, would you be interested in seeing how I could do that? Now, here's what I'm asking. I'm asking them, are you at least curious? I'm not asking you to say yes. I'm not asking you to say yes to a list appointment. I'm certainly not asking you to say yes to listing your home. I'm asking you, are you at least curious to see what I would do in order to sell your home for more money in less time? How can you say no to something when you don't know what you're saying no to? People do it every day. I talk to real estate agents. They do it every day. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. I'm glad you're happy and comfortable. When you can't pay your bills next month, tell the bank, I'm happy and comfortable. Okay, sorry, bunny trail. Now, here's what you're going to get. 20% of this group right here will hire you. It's a fact. So 250 times 20% is 50. I just showed you how to take 50 seller listings. There it is. That's all you have to do. It's just that simple. Now go out and do it. All right, talk to me.